In the heart of West Africa, nestled between the ancient baobab trees and the sprawling savannah, lay the village of Tunzi. In this village was Amina, a young woman of unmatched beauty and grace. Her skin was as smooth and rich as the dark soil after a rainstorm, and her eyes sparkled like the stars that illuminated the African night. Her laugh was like the melody of a bird's song, captivating anyone who heard it. Amina was the daughter of Mama Nia, the village healer. Mama Nia was a wise and respected woman, known for her knowledge of herbs, her healing hands, and her connection to the spiritual world. However, Amina's beauty was overshadowed by a reputation that stirred both envy and disapproval among the villagers. Amina had an insatiable desire for the company of men, a desire that she could neither control nor understand. It was said that no man in Tunzi had escaped her charms. Some whispered in awe of her beauty and allure, while others spoke with disdain and judgment. Amina herself was troubled by her uncontrollable urges. She longed for a life where she could be loved and respected without the shadow of her desires. Despite her efforts to resist, she found herself drawn to men, seeking their company in a way that was beyond her control. Each encounter left her more hollow, more desperate for an answer to her predicament. Mama Nia watched her daughter with a heavy heart. She had tried countless remedies and rituals to cure Amina of her affliction, but nothing seemed to work. The villagers began to question Mama Nia's abilities, wondering if she had lost her touch. They whispered that perhaps her powers were not as strong as they once believed, and some even speculated that Amina's condition was a punishment for some unknown sin. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky was painted in hues of orange and purple, Mama Nia prepared for a special ritual. She gathered herbs, stones, and other sacred items, hoping to find a way to help her daughter. As the moon rose high and full, casting a silver glow over the village, Mama Nia called upon the spirits for guidance. She chanted and danced under the lights of the full moon, her voice carrying a sense of desperation and hope. Her chants echoed through the night, reaching the ears of the spirits who watched over Tunzi. Mama Nia entered a deep trance, her mind drifting to the spiritual realm. It was there that she was visited by the spirit of an ancient ancestor. This ancestor, a wise woman who had once been a powerful healer, revealed the truth about Amina's condition. Amina is under a powerful curse, the spirit said, her voice echoing like a distant drumbeat. Long ago, a jealous rival cast a spell on our lineage, dooming one of our descendants to a life of uncontrollable desire. The curse can only be broken by true love and a journey of redemption. Mama Nia's heart sank as she listened to the spirit's words. She realized that Amina's plight was not just a personal struggle, but a burden placed upon their family by an ancient grudge. The knowledge weighed heavily on her, but it also gave her a glimmer of hope. If the curse could be broken, there was a chance for Amina to find peace and happiness. Now, with renewed determination, Mama Nia vowed to help her daughter overcome this curse. She knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but she was ready to face them. As the first light of dawn began to break, Mama Nia returned to the physical world, her mind filled with plans and possibilities. The next day, as the village woke to another beautiful morning, Mama Nia shared the revelation with Amina. Together, they decided that Amina must find true love and embark on a journey to seek redemption. It was a daunting task, but Amina felt a sense of relief knowing that there was a way out of her torment. As they prepared for what lay ahead, the village of Tunzi buzzed with anticipation. The tale of Amina's curse spread, and the villagers watched with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. They wondered if true love could indeed break the curse and restore Amina to the woman they all believed she could be. Now, in a neighboring village, there lived a young man named Kofi. Kofi was known for his strength, kindness, and wisdom. He was respected by all who knew him, and his heart was as large as the African sky. When he heard of the tales of Amina's beauty and her cursed plight, he felt a stirring in his heart. Intrigued by the stories, he decided to visit Tunzi and meet the woman who had captivated so many. Kofi arrived in Tunzi on a sunny afternoon. The village was bustling with activity, and the vibrant colors of the market stalls and the rhythmic sounds of drums welcomed him. As he walked through the village, he was struck by its beauty and the warmth of its people. It was a place where tradition and community were deeply cherished. When Kofi first saw Amina, he was immediately captivated by her beauty. But more than that, he saw a depth in her eyes that hinted a story untold, a soul in torment, seeking solace. He approached her with a respectful nod and introduced himself. Amina, I am Kofi. I have heard of your beauty and your plight. I would like to get to know you, if you would allow it. Amina was taken aback by Kofi's directness, but also intrigued by his kindness and sincerity. She had grown accustomed to men looking at her with lust, but Kofi's gaze was different. It was gentle and filled with genuine curiosity. I would like that, Kofi, Amina replied, a small smile playing on her lips. But you must know that my life is not easy, and there are many things you might not understand. I am willing to learn, Amina, Kofi said, with a reassuring smile. Let us take this journey together, one step at a time. As Kofi and Amina spent more time together, they grew closer. Kofi saw beyond Amina's reputation and understood the pain and struggle she faced. He admired her strength and resilience, and his feelings for her deepened. It wasn't long before Kofi proposed to Amina, and she accepted, hoping that his love might be the key to breaking her curse. The village rejoiced at the news of their engagement, believing that Amina had finally found happiness. However, as their engagement progressed, Kofi began to notice the depth of Amina's uncontrollable behavior. Despite her efforts, Amina continued to be drawn to other men, and it became clear that the curse was far from broken. One evening, as the village celebrated a festival, Kofi found Amina in the arms of another man. His heart broke, and he confronted her, demanding an explanation. Amina, tears streaming down her face, confessed her struggles and the pain she felt every day. Kofi, I never wanted this. The cause is too strong, and I can't control myself. I am so sorry, Amina cried, her voice filled with anguish. Kofi, though heartbroken, realized that Amina's behavior was not her fault. He knew that if they were to have any chance of breaking the curse, they needed to find a source and a solution. With a heavy heart, he promised Amina that he would not abandon her. We will find a way to break the curse, Amina. I will stand by you, but we must seek the help we need, Kofi said, his voice firm with determination. Determined to help Amina, Kofi sought out Mamania. Together, they decided to embark on a journey to find the source of the curse and a way to break it. Mamania prepared a bundle of herbs and protective charms for their journey, and the villagers gathered to send them off with blessings and prayers. As they set out, Kofi and Amina knew that their path would be challenging, but they were driven by love and hope. They traveled through dense forests, across vast savannas, and over rugged mountains, seeking answers from wise elders, mystics, and anyone who might hold the key to breaking the curse. Their journey led them to the dense forest of Ngome, where they encountered a wise old hermit named Jabari. Jabari lived in a small hut deep in the forest, surrounded by the sounds of nature and the mysteries of ancient world. Welcome, travelers. I have been expecting you, Jabari said as they approached his hut. His eyes were sharp and knowing, as if he could see into their very souls. Jabari told them that to break the curse, they must complete 3 trials set by the spirits. Each trial would test their courage, wisdom, and love. Only by succeeding in all 3 trials could they hope to lift the curse and find peace. Kofi and Amina listened intently, their hearts filled with a mix of fear and determination. They knew that their journey was far from over, and that the trials ahead would challenge them in ways they could not yet imagine. And so, with the first light of dawn, they prepared to face the first trial, knowing that their love and resolve would be tested to the very core. Jabari told them that to break the curse, they must complete the 3 trials set by the spirits. The first trial was a test of courage. They had to retrieve a rare flower that grew deep in the forest, guarded by a fearsome beast known as the Nandi bear. The Nandi bear was a creature of legend, said to be as large as a lion with the strength of 10 men. Kofi and Amina ventured into the heart of the forest, the air thick with tension and anticipation. The deeper they went, the darker and more foreboding the forest became. Strange sounds echoed around them, and the sense of being watched was palpable. As they approached the area where the rare flower was said to grow, they heard the low growl. The Nandi bear emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing in the dim light. It was a terrifying sight, its massive form blocking their path. Kofi stepped forward, his heart pounding, but his resolve unwavering. "We come in peace," Kofi said, trying to keep his voice steady. "We seek the rare flower to break a curse." The Nandi bear growled louder, but something in Kofi's voice seemed to reach it. The beast paused, studying them with intelligent eyes. Amina, sensing a moment of possibility, stepped forward and spoke in a soft, soothing tone. "Great guardian of the forest, we mean you no harm. We seek the flower to free me from a curse that had bound my soul." The Nandi bear seemed to understand. It slowly stepped aside, revealing a small glowing flower nestled among the roots of an ancient tree. Kofi and Amina carefully plucked the flower, their hearts rising with relief and triumph. They returned to Jabari, who smiled knowingly. "You have passed the first trial. Your courage and the purity of your intentions have been recognized by the spirits." Now, the second trial was a test of wisdom. Jabari led them to a secluded part of the forest, where an ancient spirit, known for its cunning, awaited them. The spirit took the form of a beautiful ethereal woman, her eyes gleaming with mischief. "To break the curse, you must solve my riddle," the spirit said, her voice echoing like a haunting melody. "Fail, and you will be trapped here forever." The spirit's riddle was complex and layered with meanings. Kofi and Amina listened carefully, their minds racing to find the answer. The riddle spoke of time, love, and sacrifice, weaving a web of clues that seemed almost impossible to unravel. But Kofi and Amina worked together, their minds and hearts in sync. They debated, reasoned, and finally, after what felt like an eternity, found the answer. They spoke it aloud, their voices trembling with hope. The spirit smiled, her form shimmering with approval. "You have shown great wisdom. The second trial is complete." She handed them a precious stone imbued with magical properties, a token of their success. The final trial was a test of love. Kofi and Amina were separated and faced with illusions that tested their faith in each other. Amina was shown visions of a life without her curse, where she was free and happy. Kofi was confronted with doubts about Amina's loyalty and their future together. Despite the temptations and the illusions, their love prevailed. Amina chose to remain true to her quest, rejecting the false promises of an easy life. Kofi guided by his unwavering love for Amina, saw through the deceptions and remained steadfast. When they reunited, the spirit lifted the final veil, revealing the path of the source of the curse. They had passed all three trials. Their courage, wisdom, and love proving stronger than the ancient magic that bound them. Their journey led them to an enchanted cave where the spirit of a jealous rival resided. The cave was a place of darkness and sorrow, filled with the echoes of the spirit's pain. The spirit, twisted by jealousy and hate, appeared before them as a shadowy figure. "You have come far, but you cannot defeat me," the spirit hissed, her voice filled with malice. "The curse will remain, and you will suffer as I have suffered." Kofi and Amina stood their ground, their hearts filled with determination. "We do not wish to fight you," Kofi said gently. "We seek to end the suffering, not just for us, but for you as well." Amina stepped forward, her eyes filled with empathy. "We forgive you. Release the curse and find peace." The spirit, touched by her compassion, began to weep. Her form shimmered and changed, the darkness lifting to reveal a woman who had once been beautiful and full of life. She looked at Kofi and Amina with a mixture of sadness and gratitude. "I was consumed by jealousy and anger," she said softly. "But your love and forgiveness have shown me the way. I will release the curse." With a wave of hand, the spirit dissolved the dark magic that had bound Amina. The cave brightened, and a sense of peace filled the air. The spirit, now free, faded into the light, leaving behind a feeling of hope and renewal. Kofi and Amina returned to Tunzi, their hearts light with the knowledge that the curse had been broken. The villagers welcomed them back with open arms, their faces filled with joy and relief. Mama Nia embraced her daughter, tears of happiness streaming down her face. "You have done it, my child," Mama Nia said, her voice choked with emotion. "The curse is lifted and you are free." Amina felt a weight lift from her shoulders. For the first time in her life, she felt truly free. The villagers celebrated their return with a grand feast, singing songs of love and redemption that echoed through the night. Now, with the curse broken, Amina and Kofi looked forward to a future filled with hope and possibility. Their love had been tested and proven strong, and they knew that together they could overcome any challenge. Amina found a new sense of purpose in her life. She decided to follow in her mother's footsteps and become a healer, using her experiences to help others who were suffering. She and Mama Nia worked together, combining their knowledge and skills to bring healing and hope to the people of Tunzi. Kofi, ever the pillar of strength and wisdom, continued to support Amina in all her endeavors. He became a leader in the village, respected for his bravery and compassion. Together, they built a life filled with love, community, and the promise of a brighter future. To celebrate the lifting of the curse, the village of Tunzi held the Festival of Forgiveness. It was a time for healing old wounds, letting go of past grievances, and embracing the future with open hearts. During the festival, Amina and Kofi stood before the village, sharing their story and the lessons they had learned. Their tale became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to believe in the possibility of redemption and the strength of true love. And so, in the twilight of their years, Amina and Kofi remained a testament to the enduring power of love, the strength of forgiveness, and the unbreakable bond that had carried them through all the trials of life.